Mr. Speaker, every day I hear from my constituents in Pennsylvania's 9th Congressional District about the skyrocketing cost of prescription drugs. Families should not have to dedicate such a high percentage of their disposable income on prescription drugs, and families should certainly not be forced to choose between buying medication or putting food on their table. Over 70% of Americans think that lowering prescription drug prices should be a top priority for Congress. Delivering for the American people will require a bipartisan approach with proposals that can actually pass the House and the Senate and be signed into law. Unfortunately, Speaker Pelosi's prescription drug pricing proposal, H.R. 3, was crafted without any Republican input and will be dead on arrival in the Senate. A key component of H.R. 3 involves the federal government mandating pricing for prescription drugs. While supporters of H.R. 3 describe this as voluntary negotiation, manufacturers who decline to participate in the process are taxed up to 95% of the medicine's gross sales. That's 95% of the gross sales price. This is not a negotiation. This is a heavy-handed government at its worst. It's ridiculous. It's take this price or else. It is figuratively and literally a poison pill provision to this bill. Government command central price setting is not only un-American, it's ineffective. When we look at countries with heavy-handed approaches to price controls, we find they have significantly less access to life-saving medications and treatments. Of the 270 new medicines available in the United States, only 41% are available in Australia, 52% in Canada, 53% in France, 67% in Germany, 48% in Japan, 64% in the United Kingdom. Imagine in our country a life-saving drug being available in another country but not available here. We can't imagine that. Fortunately, House Republicans have found a solution to lowering prescription drug prices without sacrificing American innovation or harming access to life-saving medications. H.R. 19, the Lower Costs, More Cures Act, is a package of over 40 bipartisan provisions, one moment please, provisions to lower out-of-pocket spending, strengthen transparency, and spur competition. H.R. 19 protects seniors by placing an annual cap on out-of-pocket drug costs and establishing a smoothing mechanism to allow them to distribute their prescription drug spending throughout the year. Rather than heavy-handed government overreach, H.R. 19 stimulates free market forces to spur innovation and lower costs by streamlining FDA approval pipelines, increasing availability of over-the-counter products, and prohibiting anti-competitive practices that prevent access to generics. H.R. 19 makes insulin more affordable. So important, by capping the cost at $50 a month after a Medicare beneficiary has met their deductible. Under H.R. 19, doctors would know what a patient will have to pay for a drug, allowing them to prescribe medication that addresses the patient's needs and fits their budget. Again, every single provision in H.R. 19 is bipartisan and could actually become law. President Trump has made it abundantly clear that lowering prescription drug prices is a top priority, and H.R. 19 achieves this goal without harming innovation or access. I am a co-sponsor to this vitally important legislation, and I do urge my colleagues on the other side of the aisle to work with the House Republicans on delivering lower drug costs for the American people. Thank you, and I yield back.